This tutorial is part of Judith Sepp's tightly focused, no nonsense, make money online right now step-by-step tutorial, available in full resolution at howtomakeyourmoneyonline.com. Now here we are at the Google AdWords Keyword Tool homepage. This is where we're going to do some keyword research to help us develop the idea of a niche in wind and solar home energy. Right here where it says enter one keyword or phrase per line, I can type in what I feel at this point are my main terms. So wind energy, solar energy, wind home, and solar home. On your first search on a visit to the Google AdWords Keyword Tool, you're going to have to read and type in the letters that appear in the picture here, and then you can click on Get Keyword Ideas. Now when the search is complete, you can scroll down and pay attention to the headings at the top of each column. If you wonder what one of the headings mean, you can hover over the little question mark. So they give you the average monthly, and they'll also give you the approximate search volume for the month before. Now if you click on any of these column headings, you can sort that column by that heading. Okay, so the keywords I can sort alphabetically. If I click on it once more, I can reverse that sort, so instead of A to Z, I can get Z to A sort. Now advertiser competition shows how many advertisers in the Google AdWords network are competing on this particular term. Now, you know, wind, solar, home, if we hover over that, it says low advertiser competition, okay? Wind, power, home, it says very high advertiser competition. I feel the best sort to start out is by the approximate average search volume. So if we click on that, it shows us on average what the most popular terms are for this niche. If you're considering promoting a niche, you will often be told you don't want to optimize your pages for the most competitive term. I personally don't believe that's true. You want to have various pages on your site optimized for various phrases, and certainly you don't want to neglect the primary competitive phrases for your general niche. Alright, because you never know what someone might type in combination with that phrase. For example, somebody might type in solar energy Nebraska, and if you happen to have the word Nebraska on your page and the page has been properly optimized for solar energy, and there are few competitors that also have that unique combination, then your page is going to come up, but it wouldn't have done so if you'd ignored the solar energy term. So it's important to optimize for the main terms in your niche regardless of what other people may tell you. Now another thing to keep in mind is that you shouldn't fear competition. You should make your competition fear you. Just because you're starting out and you're new in the game doesn't mean that with a lot of work and intelligent marketing you can't become one of those websites on page 1 of Google that's getting a significant amount of traffic and making a significant amount of profit. If we scroll down the page, we can see some phrases, for example, wind energy how, that has relatively low, you know, average advertiser competition according to Google, but that is a money-making term. Okay, somebody is saying, how can I get wind energy? On average, there's 8,100 searches per month on Google, and this is not a term to ignore. So you want to go through and find, you know, say here, solar energy use, okay? That's high advertiser competition, but in my mind, that's not as much of a money-making term as wind energy how. That seems slightly more like a search done by a student doing an essay, to me, this one in my mind seems more like Joe in his garage wondering how he can get some energy from all the wind that's blown over his house. With an eye for profitability, go through and find some of the terms that have lower competition that seem like money-making terms. Solar energy development, again, that seems more like somebody answering an essay question. Wind solar home, low advertiser competition. To me, that's a money-making term. There's 1,000 searches a month on that term. You know, target this term and terms like it, and target the main terms for your niche. The other thing to keep in mind is that these are the main terms that just immediately occurred to me, you know, or these terms are based on the main terms that immediately occurred to me that I typed in, you know, on this in this box to create this query. But if I scroll down below this first table, I get to a second one, which is additional keywords to consider. These are keywords that Google feels are strongly associated with the initial terms that I plugged in. Okay. Now, some of them are simply the single word terms for the phrases I typed in, like solar energy, wind energy. Okay. Now, but here we go: solar power, solar panel, solar panels. Okay. These are critical terms for me to consider using. I mean, look at the, you know, over 500,000 average search volume on solar power. Okay, so solar power at home, phrases like that are going to be just as profitable as solar energy at home. You know, it's just a matter of, well, how, you know, what is the particular turn of phrase that occurs to an individual looking for a solar product. Okay, wind power, wind turbine, alternative energy. There's a key one right there. Okay, green home, absolutely a great term for me to consider using on a site about solar and wind energy at home. All right, wind turbines, again, that's specific and to the point of what we're doing. Windmills, wind generator, clean energy. All right, seriously look at this list and consider doing further searches to find out, you know, go back up here and either add them to this list or do a separate search and compile a list of key terms that are, you believe, would be of use in your niche. Okay, now you don't have to copy and paste all of this information. If you go down to the bottom of the page, you can save this whole table as text, or you can save it as a CSV file, which you can import into Excel or OpenOffice. Okay, OpenOffice, if you go to openoffice.org, is a Microsoft compatible free Office application. Okay, and you can use that to deal with your CSV files. In fact, the CSV import in OpenOffice is far more powerful and flexible than the one that is built into Excel. All right. So if we click on this link, for example, and click Save, you know, click on your desktop, click Save again. Right. There we have it. I now have a CSV file of all of these results that I can go into. I can delete rows that I'm not interested in. I can combine files into a single file until I've managed to create a complete list of the terms that I want to target over the next several months to a year while I'm building up my site and doing my marketing. Okay, so that's my tutorial on the Google AdWords Keyword Tool. Now, if you haven't already joined us, visit Judith Sepp's tightly focused, no-nonsense, make money online right now step-by-step tutorial at howtomakeyourmoneyonline.com.